Brought to you from the highest park in the world's most livable city, the KiNK!
Hiya everybody!
Hi, Dr. KiNK!
Welcome to the show. You know, you don't get someone as bogan as me. You don't get someone more Aussie than me. Yep, a real true blue right here. Alright, we've got a new segment called Sudan and Satan.
Oh, Sudan, wasn't the ceremony beautiful?
It was alright, babe.
The flowers, the food, it was just how I dreamed as a little boy my wedding day would be.
Ah, Satan, stop your talking and let's make this marriage official.
Oh, Sudan, you can be so silly sometimes. You know, when we're old, together, do you think you'll still be the same? Do you think I will still be the same?
Babe, I hope you're the same, 'cause I love you just the way you are.
Are you going to love me when I'm an old man?
As long as you still got a tight butt.
Oh, Sudan, you're always so silly. How can I take you seriously?
Well, there's one thing you can take seriously.
What?
One thing. Can you guess?
I'm not in the mood for your games and your jokes, Sudan.
Hey, there's no jokes here, babe. There is one thing I've said that you can take seriously. I do.
Oh, Sudan. Mr. Sudan Al-Qaeda Hussein, are you ready to make this marriage official?
Does this answer your question, Mr. Satan?
Oh, it sure does. Oh.
Yeah.
Sorry about that. Some things are inappropriate even for late night TV. Now, speaking of inappropriate, have you noticed how you can't talk about religion, but you can talk about sport? You know, sport's fine to talk about. Imagine if you did speak about religion the same way you talk about sport, you know? Like, oh, yeah, Christianity's been really shit recently, hasn't it? You know? And oh, Buddhism's making quite a comeback. Well, I'll show you a comeback, and that's tonight's show. It's going to be a ripper. It's going to be a big one. It's going to be like, whoa, absolutely amazing, completely out there. Woo! Not really, to be honest. But we do have a stand-up comedian guest called Sharon Booth. So that's pretty cool, huh? But before that, let's check the mailbox for some kinky mail.
You've got mail. You've got mail. You've got mail. You've got mail.
Here's a letter from Susie from Fitzroy. Dear Andy, I think celebrating Australia Day is wrong because that is celebrating the day Europeans invaded Australia. People should stop celebrating the day. Oh, party pooper. Oh, Mrs. Negative. Oh, talk about the cup being half empty. Oh. Well, look, as I say after something bad happens, like the time something happened in an alleyway to me, or I did, or whatever, just pretend like it didn't happen. So, yeah, and just celebrate the day anyway. Australia, Australia. If you need advice to have something funny, you can message it to our Facebook page or send us an email. Now, it's been a while since we did the episode where I taught you guys how to make a gnocchi bolognese, and I was wondering how you went with that. So send in your videos of the feedback, like how you found it, how it was cooking it, and the flavours of it and that sort of stuff. Let me know. And if you send in good feedback, we'll put it on the air. Only the good feedback I'll put on the air. Now, we might air it next week. All right, now we have to go on an ad break. But the news is coming up, so make sure you stay watching. Welcome back. During the ad break, the network forgot to roll an ad, so we're going to quickly roll one now, and then we can get back on with the show.
Oh, what do I have here? I have some Doritos. You like them? These Doritos. Oh, they taste good. These Doritos taste really good.
Doritos. I don't have a job at the moment, so please vote for this ad.
You like Doritos? You want them? You want some Doritos?
Doritos. Not as dry as you think.
Well, it's good we got that sorted out. Now let's head to the news desk for some kinky news.
A melting man's house was robbed. What's going on in your city? What's going on in the world? Otherwise they'll ram you down to the ground.
A high school student in America hooked up with his teacher, and she was hot. So I just want to say congratulations. That was really good. You did it. Whoop-de-doo, is you can die a happy man. Yeah. It's just like climbing Mount Everest or skydiving or having children or something, some big milestone in your life that you'll look back on your deathbed and be like, you know what, I'm proud, I really lived my life. So good on you. But some, teacher got fired. So, some people were upset about it. But what are you going to do?
Yes, look, I understand that they both like each other. But there's some bitching parents around. Look, I don't even care. But she's going to have to be fired.
We have a live connection now with our weathermen, Antonio and Mario. Hey, fellas.
Andy, it's James.
Oh, where's Antonio and Mario?
He's sick this week. I'm the replacement weatherman, and I'm reporting to you live from the River Thames, doing a little bit of live fishing.
Oh, that's great. Yeah, so you're in England.
I'm in England, sure am. And, a lot of people don't think England's a fishing holiday destination, but I feel otherwise.
Yeah, so what fish are you catching there?
There's a bit of flathead, bit of barramundi, bit of murrindindi, bit of everything.
So they've got Australian fish over in England, do they?
Yeah, well, apparently, yeah. I've haven't seen one yet, but I just spoke to an old man down the river, and he said that it's quite a popular fish to catch.
Well, they've probably been introduced as a pest, and they're probably like ripping up those English rivers, aren't they?
Well, yeah, and there is a bounty on some of these fish. If you can catch them, you do get a reward.
Well, that's good then.
Yeah.
So So what's the weather like where you're at, and what's the weather like in Melbourne?
Well, the weather's a bit chilly out here today, but fine, and 25 Celsius. And I think the weather at the moment in Melbourne is just a slightly balmy evening. 28 degrees. And I think tomorrow we might be expecting a little bit of extreme wind. So make sure you've cleaned your gutters out, because we know that's a fire risk. But we've got a good week of weather coming up. A few days there, definitely beach days.
Oh, that sounds good.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, thanks for that, man.
No worries. Have a good night.
Well, that's it for the news this Friday, the 27th of February, 2015.
Heavy is the water, heavy is the mind, heavier thoughts that flow through time and craft the shapings of things that move and deepen our experience and tell us not to move but to wait, to be still amongst our comrades, our community, our friends and our foes. We should not keep our enemies close, not as close as we keep ourselves, our heart, our hands to each other. And my brother, I find you in that dark place where only the water flows down through the sharp rocks, and you persevere, and I give you blessing. I give you thy hands to conquer oneself, to conquer the love that you have lost, the love that has been lost and eternally is found. I give you the flower, the one that blooms. You give it to me, and I lose myself within its smell, and its smell I cannot grow from, but its fruit, its seed I throw, and I sow, and I turn the soil as I turn myself into something new, with only decay, with only the changing of a day. Movement, sound flowing into movement and movement onto itself. A thing is a thing, and to destroy it is to control the thing in which we bring to the plate, and the plate is the space in where I bring our line, and the fork protrudes and penetrates into the mind or the food of love. When will we be satisfied? When will you be satisfied?
Wow, isn't poetry just great? Well, we have to go to an ad break, but after it, our interview with Sharon Booth, the comedian, is coming up, so make sure you stay watch. Welcome back. We now have the very special stand-up comedian, Sharon Booth.
That's me. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, hey.
Hey.
Yeah. Did you want a cup of tea?
Yeah, sure, why not?
Alright, here's one I prepared earlier.
Ah.
There you go.
Very prepared.
Yes. I'm looking forward to this cup of tea.
Smells good.
Like not in a joke way, I'm just being serious. Like,
Mm-hmm.
I haven't had a cup of tea today yet, so, like green tea, so.
Yeah.
I actually do want to have one. Okay. There you go.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah. Alright. Oh, it's a bit hot, isn't it?
It's fine.
Yeah. It's good. Yeah.
Yep. Thank
Good.
you.
Do you like the old green tea? Do you?
Yes. Only tea I drink, so you chose well.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of black tea either. You know what I mean? Like black tea's a bit. The thing I don't like about black tea is that it like dehydrates you. It's weird.
I didn't notice, I guess, because I don't.
Yeah, no,
drink
hold on.
it
That's
that
what I was gonna
often.
say. You don't notice it until someone tells you. So I just ruined black tea for everyone. But
Yeah.
you'll notice it now. You'll be like, oh, I can see how my throat's dry after drinking that. So sorry, but
I originally got into green tea because I was under the impression it wasn't caffeinated at the start, and found out a long way into being quite fond of it that it actually is caffeinated. You have to get special green tea to have it not caffeinated.
Do you know that that black tea is the same type of tea? They just cook it, and that's why it's called black tea. But it's all the same leaf.
Did not know that.
How interesting is that? But there's another type. There's green tea, then there's some one in the middle, then there's black tea, and all three of them are just the same leaf, just cooked differently. Very interesting.
Yeah.
All right.
Tea.
So did you have a joke you wanted to say?
Not particularly.
Is there any? Like, if you can think of any, that would be pretty cool.
These last stand-ups don't do jokes, so it's kind of hard to think of one that you can just kind of punch out there.
Yeah. Do you
It's
have
kind of
one
a common
that's?
thing that we get.
Do you have one that's not? You know, or do you have anything? Do you have anything you want to say right now? Like, do you just anything? Any bee in your bonnet or something?
I'm not really a whinging comic either.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Bee in my bonnet, you know.
No, that's good. Yeah, if you're
what I hate.
if you're a whinging comic, I knew I wouldn't ask that question because I'll be like, oh no, open up a can of worms.
No, I guess one. I guess one I can think of that I used to say was, I looked at my family history, found out I'm part German and also part ninja.
You mean half Japanese?
No, ninja.
I didn't get it.
That's because I haven't finished.
Oh, okay, sorry. Sorry, go on.
You see, I can understand that because, you find it hard to believe, part ninja. So I can see why the confusion. But, but a lot of people don't believe that. But can't you tell I'm part ninja? Exactly.
Do you know what's weird? I can see ninja in her. Like, I can see that.
You can?
Yeah.
Oh, that doesn't help the joke.
No, I can see that. I can see if you said to me your grandma was Japanese, I'd be like, yeah, I can see that. Is she?
No. Funnily enough, no. Not that I know of anyway. But yeah. That's the only one I can really think of that is like can fit in like a short space of time.
Yeah.
It's not straight, yeah. I'm joking. Ninjas can't be seen, so that's why you can't prove.
Oh, okay, yeah, I didn't get that at all. Like, I did not get that. Like, I knew ninjas, like, wore, and they were, like, undercover, and they were, like, but I just didn't click on that.
Yeah. It works. Yeah. That's the whole, this is why comics don't say jokes on command, just in a informal setting, because it's not the same as being up on stage and be able to deliver it.
I've got one of those punchline jokes.
Yeah.
Some two like Irish guys were driving along on their motorbike, and one of them, the one that was on the back, was really chilly because he didn't have the proper motorbike clothes on, and it's cold over there. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So his friend said, "Oh, that's cool. Just like take your jacket off and put it on backwards so that the buttons aren't there and you don't get all that wind coming through, because that's what makes it cold on the motorbike, the wind."
Mm-hmm.
So it was like, okay, cool. So he put on his jacket backwards. Then they went on the motorbike, and then his friend looked back, the one who was riding the motorbike, and was like, "Shit, where's my friend gone?" Because his friend had just gone. Like, he'd obviously fallen off the back of the motorbike. So then he rides back where they'd been, and he sees his friend lying on the floor. and two farmers standing around him, and he was like, "Fuck!" And so, well, I'll beep that out later. Anyway, and so he was like, "Oh, my friend, fell off the motorbike." What? So he walks over to the farmers and he's like, "What happened? Is he all right? Or whatever?" And they're like, "Well, he was all right when we first got here, but then when we turned his head around the right way, he went quiet." Yeah.
Very good. Jokes, huh?
Yeah, did you like that one?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yep.
I could say it a lot faster. I made it a bit wordy, but, it's not like I practiced that one.
It's a process. It's okay.
I'm lucky I remembered it.
Yeah.
I actually did really well on that. That was actually amazing for me.
You did.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah. All right. Wait, I've got some more questions here.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, this is a good one. When did you start doing comedy?
I started doing comedy when I was 20. So, yeah, about nearly 9 years ago. Yeah, too long.
And how was your first performance?
It was good. I had, from what I remember, pretty fun gigs at the start. It's and it's exciting because it's something you're not used to doing that often, but the nerves go away and you get used to it.
Is there any funny stories of like that when you were starting out?
I did have a rough gig at the notorious Exford Hotel in Melbourne. But downstairs at the comedy festival, there used to be like a very late night show, and I got heckled throughout it by this one voice off to the side that was going, "Take your top off," and then in about 10 seconds later, "Put it back, no, leave it on." And in times later, "Take your top off."
Did they really say take your top off, or did they
Yes.
say take your tits out?
No, I believe the words were "take your top off."
Really?
But
I
it was a while
I thought you were just like cleaning it up for like TV or something. Because because they'll be like, "Yeah, your tits out." That's what you expect them to say.
From memory, it was "take your top off," but I might have just been blocking that trauma.
You may have been suppressing the truth.
Yeah. God, I just wanted to take my top off. It was fine.
Yeah, he wanted to get the jugs out. That's what he wanted.
Don't blame them.
Well, that's it. I've got no more questions. Is there anything else you'd like to say?
Thank you for the tea.
Yeah. And so Sharon Booth has a comedy festival performance coming up in Melbourne.
Yes.
What are the dates again?
March 26th to April 5th. comedyfestival.com.au.
So go comedyfestival.com.au and then search Sharon Booth.
Yes, SHARYN. It's spelled differently.
Yes. And when you say it, you can say Sharon.
Or not.
That's how I like Sharon. Like, Sharon, do you want to be on the KiNK? Sharon.
You're scary. That's exactly how the conversation went when you asked me to be on here.
Yeah, it was just like,
Took me right,
Sharon,
took me right back.
do you want to be on the KiNK? My KiNK?
Like, sure, Andy.
My show. So that's it. So thanks a lot for that, Sharon.
No problem. Thank you.
Well, that brings us to the end of tonight's show, and it's got me thinking. You can be a Satan and still find love. You can be a teacher and still need love. Thou shalt not judge. I think that means you should stop forcing your opinions onto other people. I think it's okay to give other people your opinions, but just be polite about it. And that's the lesson of the day, children. If you missed out on tonight's episode, which is pretty weird because you're watching it now, you can always YouTube search the KiNK TV Show, click on the link and that's our channel and all the episodes are up there, and subscribe to the channel as well. And until next week's episode, take care of yourself and do what you want to do. Ni hao!